fourth official. So here we go for the second game of today's doubleheader. So here we go as we get ready for the start of this encounter. The referee just making sure that everybody is okay. Mr. Sanchez Bass from St. Kitts and Nevis. And it's going to be Dublanc FC who are kicking off in the darker strip in the blue outfit. Arnett Gardens in the white strip. And they are heavily favored in this encounter. And here they go again now, just trying to make sure the Jamaican team is a well-oiled machine. And they will start this game as heavy favorites. In fact, they are favored to win the whole tournament. But of course, they still have to put it together on the field of play. Right now, neither team really settling just yet. Anselm turning, twisting, looking for some support, finds it in the end from Maxime. And Arnett Gardens, though, bringing it away. Martin, the captain, and can't get it up there quickly enough for Manning to do his bit. Here's a shot taken. This could run, and in fact, if Manning was able to control it, it might actually have gone his way. This could be a goal, and wow, what a save! But the flag was up. It would not have counted, but sneaking in there, and for somebody that size to sneak in unmarked is really not good defending at all. And that could have been St. Murray. That could have been Shea Smith, opening the scoring here. Here he is again, Smith. Trying his best there, though, but they're still hoping to get control of the game. And Maxime not able. So again, Arnett Gardens, really a prolific team in Jamaican football, a champion team, and a well-oiled machine. Joel Jones doing his bit. Here is Strachan, deciding that Williams is his best option for the moment at least. Here's Jones once more. Patience, good patience. And the captain, Martin, going very deep. So he wants to control proceedings as much as possible. Ball just given away, though. Thompson trying to track it down. Here they come again. Good, quick movement. And but intercepted. And Thompson once more gets a second bite of the cherry as he gets it out here now to Smith. Smith has a crack. And nicely saved in the end by Burkhard. So Dublanc, they have their work cut out for them. This young man is probably going to have a game of a lifetime to deny Arnett Gardens. Turning, twisting there, Shepherd coming quickly. Here is Smith. Back it goes to Shepherd, a little bit errant, but Shepherd does well. And eventually, Arnett Gardens probably just a little bit loose in some of their passing. They haven't really settled just yet, maybe getting used to the field, the bunks or lack thereof. And here's an attempt spotting the goalkeeper off his line there. You saw Williams just outside the area and having a crack, Thomas, but it was way off target. Thomas again tracking back, doing well to deny his opposite number, Martin, from getting control. Lovely ball played out here now. Can Anselm do something with it? But they're really being forced back time and again. Sabarash and company. Switching sides quite elegantly in the end as they're able to come forward again. Strachan gives it up though, but Shepherd has it. He looks right, then decides to come left. And but Arnett Gardens again not bothered at all. Watson throws past one, gets it back in the middle to Shepherd, spreading the ball wide now. They have Taylor out there. He cuts into onto his left foot and has a shot, but again, Burkhard comfortably in behind it. And like I said, they're going to need this young man to have a big game tonight. So just about 6 minutes into the 7th minute and still no goals. Battle for it outside there, and coming away with it. Burkhard, Dublanc rather, trying their best to deny Arnett Gardens as much as possible, especially in the early stages here. You don't want to concede an early goal because that would just get their adrenaline pumping. Here's another opportunity here now. The shot coming and Anselm not able to get over it. And really just hurrying that shot, but you could see his intent. He wanted desperately to get the shot off. Shepherd turning, twisting, has assistance down that right-hand side. Here they come again. And again, the ball, the cross is in, and the goalkeeper drops it. Luckily for him, just that deflection took it away from Smith. And he was able to recover the loose ball. Quickly, they bounce it around now. Thompson plays it out there to Smith, but Smith is quick, but he's not that quick. He's no Usain Bolt. And he needed Bolt-like speed there, or a little Seville, or Keishane Thompson maybe. Right now, I think he probably would have settled for the speed of one of the Jamaican twin sisters who are tearing up the track these days, or even the Pocket Rocket, who is ending her career shortly. Still has good speed. Shelley Fraser Price. So again, the ball just not coming down, but here's a chance though. This could be the first goal, and it is. What a crackerjack finish that is in the 9th minute of play. Arnett Gardens have opened the scoring. Watch at it. He didn't need much. He just got into the angle, and once he got the angle right, he got the finish right, and Giovanni Taylor bangs it home in the 9th minute for the opening goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, that goal for Arnett Gardens in the 9th minute was scored by number 31, Giovanni Taylor. Score is Arnett Gardens 1.
So 1-0 it is here now, and Arnett Garden getting that early goal, and now they're hungry. They're hunting now, and this could really see them just increase the tempo and the intensity of the game. The tackles could probably get a little bit tougher also. That's good work, but here we go again. Smith. Taken over the line by Anselm, but what a finish that was. He got onto the angle, put it on his right foot, and then he just whacked it past the goalkeeper. Not much Burkhard could do about that. And he must have been saying, why you'll give him that much time and space. And but again, the ball was nicely put down there, and he could get a second bite here. Good movement again. You could just see Manning and company starting to find their range. And but on this occasion, it looks as if Ricardo Thomas is going to be okay. But it's going to be another free kick that Burkhard and company are going to have to defend. Of course, Arnett Gardens, 48 years old now, the club. Here is this is too deep for everyone, and wasted. And in the season just ended, they won 23 of the 42 games that they played. They lost 8 and drew 11, finished 3rd in the championships. In the JPL, of course, Warner Brown was their top scorer. Not on this outfit tonight, but it doesn't matter. They still have plenty of firepower in reserve. Rishi Kelson is also among there. There's another one. And that one, Smith just rolls it in. And again, the goalkeeper and the defender got themselves into a bit of a tangle there. And will you believe it? Sabarosh. But there it is. Goalkeeper bobbles the ball, and not much the defenders could do about that. And in the 12th minute of play,
ladies and gentlemen,
that Smith
for Arnett Gardens in the 12th minute was scored by number 11, Shea Smith. The score is Arnett Gardens FC 2, Dublanc FC 0.
So 2-0 it is now. Arnett Gardens, they're starting to roll now as they find the range. And really, you could see why they are so highly regarded in regional football. There's a shot again, but trying to chip the goalkeeper because they see Williams off his line a bit. Of course, the dream here is to make it through to next Sunday's final and advance to the Caribbean Cup, the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. Of course, said it would mean a lot to them. Defending the Caribbean Shield, as they are the 2024 winners. And they would love to do it one more time. Here's Smith, the goal scorer. Lovely ball inside. That's a brilliant pass, or at least an attempt at a pass, and it just couldn't get it. Anselm now, trying to get it out. Trying to get somebody going. St. Murray. And clumsy little challenge there coming from Shepherd. So Arnett Gardens Really a team that knows how to win. And like I said, they've won this before, so they don't want to let their guards down here as the defending champions. Everybody is gunning for your head. So I'm sure they would love to maintain their winning ways. And a little bit of complacency there. And that's good football, good early. And the throw was taken. And now it might have been an offside, or was it an infringement? But it was from a throw, so I didn't see how he could have been offside. Nevertheless, the play continues, and they continue to build. Here's Watson again, switching sides beautifully. A little bit tight in the middle. Martin, the captain, looking for some movement. Always has Watson free as a bird. Watson knifing his way forward, still going, runs into some problems now, but he has the goal scorer Smith out there. The return ball, and coming in at that back post there, trying to join the fun, so to speak, and not able to get around it and finish it off. Ricardo Thomas and company, they just seem to have a nose for the ball, and that's what you want in an athlete. Sure, everybody could pass the ball. You want players who could pass the ball, who could shoot the ball, but you also want players who know where to go. It's like basketball and rebounding. Some guys just know where to rebound, where the ball will be. Here's a chance, talking about knowing the ball, where the ball will be. Smith, that's a second point of the jury. He lost it and then got it back. So in the 16th minute, he has a brace. Shea Smith knifing his way in. And again, just knowing where the rebound was going to fall. And you can see here, he gets the ball, gets the loose ball, goes on this run. Mazy run, loses the handle, and then continues his run. So Shea Smith doubles up here. And it makes it 3-0 now. So Dublanc facing a real bloodbath here if they're not careful. I'm sure they would want to avoid an embarrassing scoreline, but they're going to have to earn that. Arnett Gardens, I don't think, is in the mood to spare anybody, especially as the defending champions. They would want to make a statement and make it early and make it often. And again, plenty of time to do something with it, and Manning scuffed that shot. He really got under it and just scooped it. Not really what was required there. Plus, he had options, so he could easily have made another pass if he wanted to. So Taylor and Smith, the two front runners, already on the cards, with Smith getting a brace. Taylor has one. I'm sure he would be jealous and try to tack on another one of his own. Can the Dublanc outfit keep pace? It's easier said than done. And that's a late challenge once again. Coming very, very late was Thomas, Breel Thomas, the captain for Dublanc, and he gets the yellow card. It really was a very late challenge and deserving of the yellow card. And right now they're just trying to come to terms with the tempo of the game, the speed and the movement of the Arnett Garden players, but it looks as if Thomas is going to be fine. So fine that he looks like he wants to provide the cross here with that educated left foot of his. But I think they left it for Manning, so he will provide the cross, or will he? There's a nice ball floated in. Goalkeeper again is in trouble, and in trouble to the point where he goes down. So both the attacker rather, and the goalkeeper are down. It was a chance there at a header, and I'm not sure. I think the goalkeeper was punching the ball, and the attacker was trying to head it. And he might have taken a punch to the side of the head. And again, in the age of concussion protocols and everything else, you want to make absolutely certain that Joel Thomas is okay. He seems to be okay, but the greater concern is with Jerome Burkhardt in goal for Dublanc. They are very concerned about him right now. His teammates, and it looks like they're even trying to remove the glove. So that might be the end of his night. After just 20 minutes or so. Here is the free kick, and there they go. And yes, he was trying to get there, and he went backwards. He fell backwards. So at that height, he just seemed like he collided with the more sturdy figure of Joel Jones, and he got the worst of it. We can see the stretcher is out there, and they're going to put him on the stretcher. Whether he stays there is left to be seen, but they had removed the glove, so it could very well be that they may have to use a substitute in goal. I'm not seeing anyone warming up at the moment. It's almost as if the bench are not sure what is happening, but they should be getting their reserve keeper all warmed and ready to go, because it doesn't look good right now for Jerome Burkhardt. And yes, it looks as if they are going to have to make a substitute. Jaheim Coffey is the replacement. So very unfortunate. You don't ever want to see a player being stretchered off. But that was a good solid blow. He was going in one direction, and the attacker was coming in the opposite direction. It's like two runaway trains colliding, and Manos against Manos, and you could see he was giving away a fair amount of pounds in that one. And so he will take no further part in this game. We hope he's able to come back before the tournament ends. And in his place, Jaheim Coffey is out there, the reserve goalkeeper, and the medical team, even some of the players have
Dublanc FC in the 25th minute.
come off
Entering the game, number 32,
trying to assist. So I think we're going to have a delay, because a couple of the players who are actually playing are the ones holding the stretcher, and they are just trying to place him on the chairs where the medical team will operate on him. So until they are back in play, I think the referee will delay the restart, if only momentarily. So I think we're all set to go again. Brothers is back on the field as well. So after all of that, we have a restart. Maxime plays a nice little ball inside. He thought about the initial ball, but brothers trying to fight out there did well, and using his hands a little bit unfairly. Trying to get around his man, but Strachan was very sturdy at the back. So Arnett Gardens comfortably in front by 3-0 here, and looking to tack on a couple more, I would imagine, before the half. They have plenty of time. Just going past the halfway stage of this first half. An early ball in, and this could run to Smith. In fact, it does run to him, and but he's under pressure. He couldn't take advantage. However, they control proceeding. Martin has it, and they're able to keep it going. Jones plays it out on that far side, and still trying to knife his way through there. And very, very energetic over on that far side, and trying to really control the tempo. So Arnett Gardens 3. Can they make it 4 here now? A corner kick. Manning, who has been doing very well, he is waiting, hoping to get it in field. It's not there, flicked on, and it's still headed up in the air, and not able to get it away. In fact, Shepard got away with a high boot there, but doesn't matter. Still, they come. Here's a early crack, and once again, Arnett Gardens not afraid to let fly, and this is a shot of the young goalkeeper, Jerome Burkhardt, as he is being stretchered off, and you don't ever want to see, so you hope that he is okay. And what is scary is that since he fell, he hasn't really moved much, so and that's why I think there's this tremendous concern for his safety and well-being. So here they go, taking him away, probably taking him to the ambulance and probably take him to the nearest medical facility. And we have quite a number of quality healthcare facilities in Trinidad and Tobago, so I don't think they need to worry too much. But you know, when your parents are away and your family are away from you, they're obviously concerned when they see something like that happens. And they should, because it's, what a ball that is. Shea Smith probably drifted off the field. You'd have to say the sheer force of that cross pushed him off the field. He couldn't control the pace at which it was coming at him. And carelessly just played up in the air by Thomas, Briel Thomas. Now he gets another chance. Smith, that's a lovely ball, played it forward there. Opportunity here to go past his man. He gets the rebound, and he still gets the shot off the post. And a good, determined running there from Rushane Thompson. But his finish let him down on that occasion. Slipped his man nicely, and he tried to go near post. And he did hit the near post, but he wanted to go on the other side of the post. That would have been for the fourth goal. It's 3-0. So another free kick here. Chance here now for Dublanc to get themselves going. They've had a really tough time of it so far. It's not been easy. They've been made to work and work very hard. And here's a near gift. Almost gave it away. And this is another card, and this might be, it's another yellow card, as he was going into the tackle, and that was Taylor, Giovanni Taylor, the man who scored the opening goal, and he stayed down after that challenge, and he too, looks like he's in some problems there, as he got stepped on, it looked like, or he stepped on the defender, but the defender got the yellow card. Okay, and if you look at it, it looked as if he stuck his foot out, and either he stepped on the foot and the foot moved, and so that might be a little concern there. Or he probably shin to shin, or probably got stepped on in the process as well. And remember, the boots that they're wearing now, they don't have the protection and the padding.
The SU to Dublanc FC's number 4, Erskine Williams, in the 30th minute.
So Erskine Williams was the man who picked up the yellow card on that occasion. So we're in the 31st minute of play. And we've had quite a few stoppages, so we may very well have an inordinate amount of added on time or stoppage time. See Taylor trying to walk it off. So, referee Bass, Sanchez Bass, making sure that the wall is a fair distance away. And we have a chance here now. Manning is going to try his luck. And well caught in the end there by goalkeeper Coffey, right in behind it. And that's a good attempt at an early ball over behind the backs of the defense. But handled with care there, Watson now. And luckily for him, he got it past. He was really hipping and hoping there. Paul almost intercepted it. No, not as composed as they were earlier at Arnett Gardens. Some of the passes now seem to just be going a little astray. But here they are, caught on one side of the field. An opportunity now. He's looking to make the pass. That's a tough ball. That was always much too close to the defender than it was to the attacker. And it was well read by Watson. And there was no chance, really, of that ball ever reaching St. Mary. Again, they're trying to get it to him. But excellent work there from Smith, helping out on defense. So, comfortable. That's the best way to describe Arnett Gardens right now. But you get the impression they want more. And they should want more. They've done exceptionally well. Captain Martin, I'm sure, will be asking them to step on the gas again and just keep doing what they're doing. But don't drop their guard. And of course, to take the words from the coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike Tomlin. The standard is the standard, and you always play to that standard, regardless. And they're just not able to hold it in there, Thompson. Probably if he got a better bounce, he might have been able to use his chest. It just seemed to climb on him, and he had to head it. And when you head it, it's a much harder surface because it's hitting your head, and the ball will bounce away unless you have enough time to receive it. And again, the control just letting him down there. He needed to be very clinical with that control, Ricardo Thomas. Here is the chance, though. This is what they're looking for. Pick it up now. Thompson spreads it wide. The return is in there. And again, screaming towards goal there was Taylor, Giovanni Taylor, waiting for that ball to just get past the last defender. It wasn't to be, but they're not out of the woods yet. Another one played away. So they're coming, they're relentless right now. Arnett Gardens, they're looking for more. Keeping possession as much as possible. Shane Watson. Good ball. Thompson, they're trying, and it goes in there. That's a collision. That too could be dangerous. In fact, he might go into the referee's book. And he was sliding away there, Shane Thompson. And that is going to be a yellow card because he just wiped his man away in the process of trying to retrieve the ball. And Ruskin Williams, who himself was booked a short while ago, very sportingly offers his hand, but you can see that could be so dangerous because he slid into him and really just wiped him away. You'd imagine Williams was lucky to not be seriously hurt. Nevertheless, right now they're still a little bit shell-shocked. They haven't really been able to pick themselves up after that 3-goal barrage.
Gentlemen, a yellow card has been issued to Arnett Gardens FC's number 22, Shane Thompson, in the 36th minute.
But now, can they finally pull something out of the hat here? But it's not to be. That's another great ball played over, and Giovanni Taylor is running free, trying to go past his man, brings it back onto his right foot, tries to curl it into the far post, and just gets too much elevation, but you could see that he was aiming for that far post, maybe just try to curl it in there and try to fool the goalkeeper. But 3-0 it is now. Still, we have plenty of time left in this first half, and we've had quite a number of stoppages, so anticipate that we will have a fair amount of added on time. Say also congratulations to the English ladies. They are champions once again, European champions once again. Back-to-back titles for them. Spain again scored early, as has happened so often with England, but they found an equalizer and then they won it on penalties. Keeper made 2 brilliant saves to deny them, and they ended up winning it 3-1 on penalties. So here we go again. Arnett Gardens, just as they say, juking it around them and taking their time about it, getting everybody involved. And lovely skill again, brilliantly done, trying really to fool his man, Manning, but eventually they lose out. But here they come again as they start filing bodies forward. And that is, they're so quick in transition. They just move from a defensive position into attack. very quickly, Arnett Gardens. But they're so relentless as well. They don't give up. They see virtue in tracking every ball. And that is what you want. There's that hunger there. There's that determination. And sometimes even if they can't get to the ball, they still try to position themselves in an area where they at least have a chance of making life difficult for the opposition. But they're under some pressure here. This is good work again, but the return or the course is not a particularly good one. What that means, it exposes them the other way, and that is clearly not the pass that he intended. And if you're going to play that pass down the middle, probably better off playing it directly to the man's foot. Let him control it and allow the midfielders to come from behind. But when you hit it over his head like that, he doesn't have much of a chance. And pretty much Dublanc can't take advantage. They can't punish Arnett Gardens when they make errors because they persistently give the ball right back to them. So here they come again now. Trying the right-hand side, at least for the moment, as they go into their sort of holding pattern, passing the ball from side to side, trying to get everybody involved, giving everybody a little touch. And that's a tough pass because you put the ball where there was traffic. And as a result, one of his teammates might be down right now. And we have the free kick given there. Manning was just trying to stop play because it was his pass that really put his teammate in danger. And you could see he's feeling the effects of that. He just got charged into there. Probably had the wind knocked out of him. So you could see him there just holding his side. That's a captain too, Martin. I don't think he's happy with that. In fact, he might recommend to the coach that Manning do a couple extra push-ups or something. If only for that pass and for one like that as well, that almost let in the opposition. And here they go again, just a little bit too relaxed now. Manning, this could be a shot. No, nothing doing, and they're able to come away with it, but only just. And another collision once more, and that's Smith, who goes back on defense to help out unselfishly. But here is the hook back. That is a one-time shot. I'm not quite sure what he was waiting for, who he was hoping would get there and get the shot off. But that was his opportunity there to be the hero. And he frowned at it, allowed the ball to just run away from him. So we're in the 42nd minute, but I like I said, I don't think it would be unfair to suggest that we might have at least 5 minutes of added on time. And I don't think the teams would be in doubt of that or frown at that too much, because they have had quite a few stoppages, including the length of time for the treatment to the goalkeeper. Here's another lovely ball played in there now. Smith plays the ball across and it stays on the ground. Where's the shot? Straight at Coffey. Jaheim Coffey, right place, right time, and accepts it gleefully. But again, they just give the ball right back to Arnett Gardens. It's like just a walk in the park here for the defending champions. And that's a poor pass, really, coming there from Watson. And they're allowing the shot to come in, but again, they're kicking from so far out that the goalkeeper is really, Williams is untroubled. Good run, a nice quick one coming there from Thompson now. Can he get the cross in? He's waiting, Rushane Thompson. Back in the middle it comes to Martin now. Martin trying to play keep away a little bit. Here's Watson again. Ever-present Smith on the flanks. Nice opportunity again, but the pass just a little bit too tight. And what looked very promising indeed is broken up without too much bother. So we're into the final minute of regulation time, but like I said, we've had quite a few stoppages and a lengthy one or two. Thompson quickly on the move once again.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Has support, early ball in.
There will be a minimum of 3 minutes added to
Well,
the
just
start.
3 minutes of added on time, which is surprising, but I thought at least 5 minutes might have been acceptable, but I think they'll be happy with 3, especially the players from Dublanc, because they have been overrun here by a well-oiled Arnett Garden outfit, and even they haven't really been doing their best, and Coffey has to come to his team's rescue again as the defense time and again have misfired. And it's been up to the goalkeeper and the others to try to keep them in the game here right now. Because at one stage, Arnett Gardens was threatening to blow this game wide open. They may still do it, but right now they are really just in cruise control. They're not running, they're walking into position most times now. It seemed very relaxed and at peace with the work they've done already in this first half. And they're probably just running a little bit of clock here now. Still going. Opportunity here. Can they get the shot off? Opportunity, and he just misses again. But again, great build-up, wonderful approach work. And it was just too far. He had to just stretch a little bit and couldn't finish the job there. But what fine work by Watson. Again, Shane Watson starting it himself and almost finished it. Just hit the wrong side of the upright or the side netting. And this has been a regular occurrence from the time the ball is played forward. Those long aerial passes are gobbled up by the Arnett Gardens defense, and it's almost like they're running shuttles because they're backpedaling again as Arnett Gardens file bodies forward. They have to hurry here because we're running out of time in the first half, and this one headed away, so they're still not out of the woods as yet because they have to defend this corner. 3-0 it is. A brace for Shea Smith and one for Giovanni Taylor. Those are the goal scorers. Here is the corner, a nice little glancing header at that first post. So there is the whistle. That was the final bit of action in this, the first half. And at the half, it is 3-0 to Arnett Gardens. Again, Giovanni Taylor in the 9th minute, Smith in the 12th and 16th minutes to make it 3-0. So that's the halftime score in this one. So as we leave you for the moment at the half, it is Arnett Gardens 3, Dublanc FC 0.
simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it. Because football is life.
Because we know firsthand the power of football can positively change lives.
Because there's nothing else we'd rather do.
Because our hearts beat football.
Because there's nothing quite like representing your country.
For the love of the game.
Por el amor.
Pour l'amour. I'd leave the war. For the love of the beautiful game.
Protection that moves to your beat. Protect your home with Armor Security. With 24/7 monitoring, instant alerts, motion sensors, and rapid response, you and your loved ones stay protected day and night. Sign up for the Protector or Commander package today and get a free security camera and installation. Armor Security, powered by Flow, in partnership with All Pro Security. We keep your rhythm flowing. Visit us in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
So again, these are the folks who made it possible for us to be able to bring you these matches in the CFU Club Shield 2025, PTFA, the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association, FLO, and again our regional partner, and CFU, under whose jurisdiction this competition is being held. And of course they have the challenge series, under 14 challenge series for girls from August 15th to the 24th. So you want to check that out. The future of women's football in the region will be on display here. So we're back here live at the Bolden Stadium. 3-0 at the half. It is in favor of Arnett Gardens, and they are well on their way to a big victory. Now it's up to the Dublanc FC to try and see if they can't force some kind of a change in fortunes, and really just a different approach might be needed here, or they need to be a little more aggressive, but also a little calmer with their passes. The officials just making sure that everything is A-OK before the referee sends us on our way in the second half. Referee Sanchez Bass of St. Kitts and Nevis. Some of the photographers who are capturing the images to be sent around the region. So this is the second half, just about to get started here. So there we go. Referee Bass sending us on our way here. Let's see if there's any change in fortunes for the Dominican outfit. They're really up against it here. They're up against the defending champions, and Arnett Gardens, they look like they're in no mood to spare them another opportunity here, but once again, well judged by Jaheim Coffey, the reserve goalkeeper. And again, we hoping that Jerome Burkhardt is okay. He was stretchered off, didn't look too good for him, and but we trust that he is okay, and hopefully we'll be able to return to his team before the competition ends. And remember, it's only 2 games they have to play initially until, other than if they can make it to the final. Still, the assistant playing it down this right-hand side, just probing all the time. Strachan decides it's time to go all the way back to Jones, and Jones controlling it nicely. Now Shepard, he is the man pulling the strings for them, or one of the men, I should say. This man, Smith, is also heavily involved. Might get a bite of the cherry here, a second bite of it, but they don't. Well defended in the end, as they turn twist Lavelle. And however, Strachan loses out though. And then he runs right into problems there. And now he goes down, as does Strachan. But both players went down, and he really ran into problems there because he took the ball from what would only be considered a good position and ran into traffic. And then when he lost it, he had to swing, and he hurt both himself and his opponent, that is Marcus Bridas. And he might actually might have gotten the worst of it all. So you could see the trainer just asking him if he could move the leg. And right now it's like he's having real difficulty. But he seems to be okay as he's back on his feet. The wonders of the magic spray. It's cold. And it really just numbs the area. Can he continue walking very gingerly, at least for the moment? But I'm sure once the blood starts to flow again, he'll be off and running quickly. Here is Strachan. Gets it back inside again, but nobody home. However, it's really a risky business here. This could be another one. And how did he miss that? Once again, Coffey comes up with a timely little touch to deny him there, but that certainly looked as if Taylor was going to tack on his second of the evening. But somehow they couldn't do it, and still we see Bridas having problems getting back on the field. Another ball played down at the right-hand side here. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there, but he was trying to make a pass that he got himself into a tangle. So here's Bridas now, is back in business, moving a lot better after initially struggling just to walk. Lovely ball played into the middle there. Shepard has it. He's scampering forward as they come tearing forward again. Watson is over there. And they have possession, trying to cool it down just a little bit. Strachan, ever present, gets it now. Looks up, sees that he has early support again. Thomas. Back it goes to Strachan, back to Thomas. And some kind of a flick attempted there, but to no avail really. Manning misses out. Williams gets a touch. He's been a relative spectator in this game. Hasn't had much to do. And Rushane Thompson trying to get involved. Now, can they do something here? And that's a great ball, a reverse ball with time and space. But it's only one man trying to get away from the defense, but nicely handled at the back. And danger averted. Joel Jones in the way there. Strachan goes for the return ball. May still get it though. And nicely done by Manning. And again, not prepared to release his man early o'clock, and forces them in a bit of a jam. But Paul is doing well to keep possession of that. Here's Bridas back on his feet. And still going away with his Martin. The ball just sort of bubbled up on his hands there and gave him a little bit of an unfair advantage. And the referee not liking that too much. And would you believe it, it took, as I say, forever and a day to allow the ball to bounce. But when it bounced, it skidded away from him. And what looked like a simple play turned out to be another turnover. So Arnett Gardens really just trying to wear the opponents down, pick them apart. And just moving them from left to right and trying to burst it open with this diagonal ball. Kept in nicely. And but the return is a little bit hurried. Chance for a shot. Takes a deflection. And again, a good effort coming from Shepard. but finding the back of a defender and goalkeeper not having to make a save. So Coach Malcolm Bertram looks like a worried man, no doubt, seeing his team just being picked apart here, almost surgically so by Arnett Gardens. Here is the corner kick, the heads go up, nicely defended in the end. Now, can they get the ball out of harm's way? And that's a little too short. Martin has it. Can he do something with it? Decides that keeping possession is the best thing. Shepherd. Again, Smith is out there, free as a bird. Back it comes to Shepherd. And he just throws a quick 1-2 with Manning there now. And they decided they're going to switch sides. Ricardo Thomas. Strachan. Back it comes. Opportunity. And Smith, who has two. Can he get a third? Shea Smith decides to give it up. And they still have possession. Martin goes for the quick return. This could be an opportunity here. The shot. It's well defended in the end. Strachan again coming more and more into the game here now as Arnett Gardens sees even more possession. Watson. And here they come again. Martin has it now. Is he thinking shot or is he going to give it up? Cheers, Thomas. Gives it up to Strachan, but his cross under pressure is an errant one. So 3-0 it is. And it has to be said that Dublanc in the second half have really been pinned back into their own half, and they haven't really had a sniff at goal at the other end of the field. The ball tends to break down right about here, just at the half line. And they've had a real hard time getting the ball into the final third, or their final third, with any kind of composure and commitment. But here things are looking better here. But once again, easily intercepted. Finding time there, Watson. And Martin just bundled off the ball. But you could see him playing for that because he just wanted to keep possession. Shepherd. He's coming more and more into the game as well. And you can see them, they're hunting right now, looking for any bubble, any error, so that they could capitalize on it. And here's one. Again, Shepherd once more. And trying his best to fool his man. They're trying for no look. Probably better off looking where he wants to pass it. And again, the interception. So Arnett Gardens just finding ways to shoot them, and that should be offside, and he is offside. Came from a long way offsides. Kick taken quickly. That's a good ball. Opportunity here. Can he get it across? And he cannot find the range there. Watson is in the way. And he did have an opportunity at the back post, but nothing doing. The ball never got there. And no chance for Samari to try a shot at goal. But they have a corner. Can they finally get something on target here to start this second half? The 58th minute of play now, and they've had nothing going towards goal. This is a good effort though. Williams had to be alert there. He was going one way and then the next. And eventually they have a goal kick, the Jamaican outfit, and there you see Williams, the coach telling him to take control, take command of the box. And because left up to his teammates, they might very well, as they say, become complacent and then just allow the opponents to grow in confidence. You don't want to give them a sniff. You know, when you have them flat on their backs, you want to make sure that they stay there. And again, going down quickly. LaVille sticking that leg out there, and Ricardo Thomas not fond of that challenge. Here they come again. Thomas snipes away from one. Lovely football. Goes for the return ball. He has the shot, and it's scooped over the bar. But really good football, good interpass in there. Nice little flick on by Thompson. But the finish left a lot to be desired there. You look at it, it looked like it was a rugby extra point. So Arnett Gardens continues their domination of this game. It's pretty much one-way traffic. And here they come again. Can they finally break this deadlock? That's a lovely ball. And really, he should have buried that one. But it was not to be. Another ball set up beautifully there for Shea Smith. And he tried to just guide it in. And the defender went across there quickly and threw him off. And in fact, it was a brilliant stop. The more you look at it, you see how good a stop it was in the end there from Bridas. So a chance here now. Can they finally add to their 3-0 scoreline? Not on that occasion. Still jockeying for the ball. They may still get a chance here now. Smith doing his part, and they eventually give it away. So Arnett Gardens, but the referee spotted something. There might have been a flailing elbow or something, or a hand pass in there that inadvertently might have just caught the player in the face, but the referee stopped play, but he gives it back to Arnett Gardens. Shepard wants it back though. I'm sure he would love to keep possession. Here is Strachan. And trying to squeeze that one in to a tight space. But really they can't do much once they get possession. They're so deep in their own half that even when they make 2 and 3 passes, they still haven't gotten out of their half. That's how difficult it's proven to be for them to launch or mount anything of worth, of any significance. Martin again skipping one challenge. Smith onto his right foot this time, and you get the impression he's much better off playing on his left foot. Now, this could be interesting, and an opportunity here so he could keep going, but trying to produce a reverse pass. Brave Thomas misses out on the opportunity, and guess what? It's coming the other way quickly. And Smith is free as a bird down that left-hand side, but the first touch let him down badly. He really could have been heading towards goal, but he may still get a chance. And again, he would need the assistance of Shane Thompson or the great man himself, Usain Bolt. Now, is he offside or still onside? Referee's assistant doesn't raise the flag. So play continues. Still, Arnett Gardens 3 and Dublanc FC 0. But really, they haven't presented much by way of a real fight. And instead, it's really been the errors on the part of Arnett Gardens that might have kept them in the game right now, because they could have put this game to bed a long time ago, Arnett Gardens, if they were more clinical. And here again is an effort from distance that is no worries for the reserve goalkeeper, Jaheem Coffey. Here's a chance now. Can they really build something? But look at the numbers. They don't have the numbers. And the shot is a tame one. It's also wide of the mark. But they don't have the numbers going forward. Now, he picked up that ball. And behind the ball, there are about 8 players behind the ball. And the referee, a little bit belatedly, has issued a yellow card to Brill Thomas. Now, Brill Thomas might have been yellow carded earlier in the game. I'm sure if they checked that, they would realize that he might have been yellow carded earlier. However, he stays on the pitch, but he picked up another yellow card there. I'm almost certain he got a yellow card earlier. I will have to double check that. So this one was in the 64th minute of play. And however, the referee nor the assistant seemed too bothered by it. So it might just have been my mix. But here's another opportunity here. And just scrambled away.
Dublanc FC's number 15, Oran Sarouche, in the 65th minute.
Oh, so goes to number. Well, the only person standing next to him there was number 19.
Has been issued to Dublanc FC's number 19, Brill Thomas, in the 65th minute.
So it is Brill Thomas, but I'm trying to figure out, did he get another card earlier in the game in the first half? But they don't seem too bothered by it. And that's good. Bridas did very well there to track back and intercept that one. So what they're lacking in firepower going forward, they're more than making up for it in their effort at the back. The defense has tightened up considerably, but they're only playing defense right now. It's like backs and forward. You give the ball to the front runners and watch them do their bit, and this is really the complacency part of it, stepping in here for the Arnett Gardens. They haven't really been as rigid as they should be. In the meantime, a nice little run here and an opportunity to maybe get something going, looking for some assistance, turning, twisting, and excellent work, but once more nicely dealt with at the back. And Arnett Gardens coming the other way, Shepherd helping them bring it out, and Martin rather, spreading it wide where he has plenty of help. And again, so they're just bouncing it now. And trying to make life as difficult as possible for the opposition. And those early balls that are just really hopeful balls, that's not going to hurt one bit, as they say. This might hurt though, but even then, look at the white shirts quickly getting back and snuffing out the threat. And then they methodically start their build-up once again. Coming very deep Manning, spreading it wide where he always has Strachan. Strachan again. So it's at walking pace now for Arnett Gardens. They're not really breaking much of a sweat here. As they saying to themselves, they probably have the measure of their player. Strachan, is he going for the shot? Decides against it. And the cross, really a poor one that is dealt with quite easily by the defense. So this might be the only plus. This is the medical team that we called into action just now to assist Boucard. There's another ball that goes aimlessly across the face of the goal. So these are like self-inflicted wounds, one would have to say, for Arnett Gardens, because they have so much possession that you would think they would do a lot more with it. But right now it's almost like they're just going through the motions. They know they're under no threat. And they will so they will make some changes. And among those coming out, Manning. So 3 changes quickly. So an opportunity now for them to really get something going, maybe try to inject some life here into proceedings, and immediately they're on the move and they scores. Well, the flag is up way out on the far side, so it doesn't count, but just like that, with the injection of the new faces, they just rip through the defense and squeezing it in at the near post. And now another opportunity here going the other way. Ball played in early, much too early. Plenty of time to take his time, but not able to execute it.
In the 70th minute, entering the game, number 14, Roderick Granville. Leaving the game, number 22, Rasheen Thompson. Entering the game, number 26, Shantamore Jodine Taylor. Leaving the game, number 31, Giovanni Taylor. And also entering the game, number 33, Damari Deacon. Leaving the game, number 19, Dexter Orlando Manning.
So Deacon is on for Manning. Giovanni Taylor goes off, and he is replaced by the other Taylor, Jodine Taylor, Tantomoy Jodine Taylor. And also getting a chance here is Granville, Roderick Granville, as he makes his entry as well. So another player requiring treatment. As the effects of the field, the size of the field, the heaviness of the field, even though it's not wet or waterlogged or anything of the sort, it is a little bit soft underfoot, and they have to be very careful. Early ball in, and that's a nice opportunity here, trying to get onto that left foot there. Nice turn, but again, once he turned, he was turning into traffic, and that left foot blast coming across there from Taylor goes awry. You can see him turning away from the defender, but he came under pressure immediately and couldn't finish it off. So St. Marie goes off. And Anselm is also getting a bit of a breather. Joseph comes on in his place. And that is Travis Joseph. And also on as the number 25, Bertrand. Euclid Bertrand. But certainly they would be hoping to get some kind of a positive injection. Right now they're really just playing defense at the moment and don't have much going forward under pressure constantly as they are here now. Here is Smith again. And the captain trying to cool things down. He just manages to get it away just in the nick of time. But that's a tough ball. And really didn't give himself and his teammate much by way of assistance there. Ricardo Thomas, though, wants the throw. Still there, Shepard helping out. Here is Strachan. Ever present down that right-hand side. Gets it now over on the right-hand side. Here is Smith operating, changing sides, changing wings. And easily done by Jones. He was slipping initially. Here's Watson now. Plays the ball in. Great opportunity here. They play it further wide by Granville. He goes for the return ball and can't hit the target once more. Coming across and dealing with it with decisively, Maxime. So 75 minutes gone. We're in the 76th minute of play, so we're into the last 15. But this is all one-way traffic, really. It's like a walk in the park. It's not even a sweat. It's a long-range effort that is served. He bobbled it initially, but he was able to hold on to it there. Jaheem Coffey, the reserve goalkeeper. And you would think that Arnett Gardens probably would have been interested in really testing him a lot more. But what he's had to deal with, he's dealt with quite beautifully so far. Shepard. Easy peasy down that left-hand side again. Thomas and Taylor and company enjoying themselves. As is this man, turning, twisting, and nothing doing there. Bertrand found himself on the wrong side. Quickly, can they slice the defense open? They have a chance here. Can he get the cross in? And again, the goalkeeper, bodies on the ground as if they were hit by grenades. And that's because everybody missed it, including the goalkeeper. And there might have been a collision there in the end. Another lovely ball there by Smith. The goalkeeper should have had it. He slipped. And once he went down there, it's like he lost his legs. And he probably hurt himself in the process. And already they've lost one goalkeeper. I don't think they can afford to lose Coffey right now. And the medical team really being kept very busy in this game because so many of the players have been carrying little niggles, the little bruises, shin to shin, or being stepped on, and their ankles or their shins. And we've had a couple barging into the backs. We've had the goalkeeper being really hammered in an aerial challenge, and he had to be stretchered off. And now the reserve goalkeeper has a damaged hand here, so not a good sign. It might be a sign for Arnett Gardens to just up the tempo a little bit and maybe get some shots, see if he could save if his hand is bothering him as much. He's trying to put on the glove and he's having difficulty doing that. And so let's see if he's able to proceed, but he seems like he's okay. So we're going to have another substitution, and finally Smith gets a breather, and he has been replaced by Kivan Nathaniel Salmon. And again, just losing out. They just seem, they give it away rather meekly sometimes. And that's absolutely, but now turning on the afterburners, really knifing his way through, and but he was sliding all over the place. That's the substitute there, Deacon. And another great opportunity here, the ball in. Still, can they keep it in? Looking for some support, not much coming. And he decides that he's going to go on his own. One cross, two, and they still can't get it in there. And eventually, it's ping-ponging in the area and just headed right into the grasp of Williams to end that threat. So here we go again. Arnett Gardens on the move once more. That's another tight ball. And they really... some of the passes just not what is required, and as a result, the receiver of the pass is under pressure constantly because the pass is when he has a chance. Williams had to come. He did well, but they're still not out of the woods, and they had to get a free kick. So let's see what they can do here now. Is there a little sting in the tail here for Dublanc? Can they pull something back here? They need Bertrand or one of the substitutes to maybe produce something of note. Leville. It's been relatively quiet. Has been most of the front runners. Referee just trying to sort out a little extracurricular activity in the area there. It always happens. Guys are jockeying for positions. Who's leaning on whom, who's pushing whom, who's pulling whom. But here we go. Leville, can he produce something? A nice floater in. And the referee's on spot to spot whatever infringement there might be. And it's going the other way now. So we're in the last 10 minutes or so. And Arnett Gardens again probing, but that hook back is a little bit tight. And as a result, but he would have been offside even if he had controlled the ball. He ran into an offside position, and the early ball would have left him in an offside position. But we still have another goal in the second half, and close but not close enough. The defense doing enough to deny Arnett Gardens. Remember, it was 3-0 at the half, and here again, getting the ball deep into the area, but they cannot finish the job. I'm sure they'll be talking about this. There'll be plenty of discussions in the dressing room or back at the hotel. Here is the ball coming in, and there it goes. Another solid defensive stance here by Dublanc, but that's pretty much it for them. They've been solid on defense, and there's their bench, a little bit thin. And that's another tough ball. He's shaped as if he wanted to make the cross, and then almost at the last minute he had a change of heart and he just played the ball to his teammate. And with the speed at which he played it, there wasn't much he could do with it except try to get it over. In the meantime, Arnett Gardens want the ball back, so they're trying to track it down, and they do find it. And here they are, scampering away again, but they decide to hold it up and allow Shepherd to dictate pace. Nice little ball played across there by Granville. Granville gets it back, tries to play it inside. Now, maybe this is the chance that they were looking for, and it's not to be. So from a team that has, I would imagine, in terms of possession, they probably have almost 80% possession. Here, it's almost like it's 80-20, if not more. And for whatever reason, Arnett Gardens cannot pick a pass that will really break open this defense or unlock the defense and get them that fourth goal. They have nothing to show for all the possession in the second half. When I say nothing by way of goals. And all the appeals, but nothing doing. Maybe this is the moment they were waiting on here. A chance quickly. And they go again, but look at the effort on defense. Nicely and very efficiently done. But they're not out of the woods. In fact, they're under pressure here. But again, the defense doing very well to hold up and deny the men in white. But when you give it back to them like that, you're asking for trouble. So it might be incumbent on Arnett Gardens to oblige them, because it seems as if they want to concede another goal. And is this the moment that they get that fourth goal? Still, they're not out of the woods yet. Shepherd still has possession. In it comes. And he's trying a nice little curling effort, but it just scooped up, didn't come down in time for him. And it goes awry. Deacon trying his best there, but nothing doing. 3 goals to nothing. And we've been at that mark since half-time. In fact, the third goal was scored as early as the 16th minute, and we've had nothing to show ever since. So Arnett Garden makes another substitution. On comes Andrews, Garfield Andrews, Richard Garfield Andrews. Now, another opportunity here. Who is it going to be? Are they going to finish this one? Still trying to knife his way through. They want to walk it in the goal, and it's not working for them. And you can hear the defense screaming at the attackers, put the ball across the goal. And everybody just seemed to want to walk it in. And right now we have another player down. This looks like Paul. He's been here, there, and everywhere, and been struggling now. But we're in the dying stages of this game. And Yet another stoppage. So the referee just having a word with them. You can see Deacon there, who took that shot a short while ago. It really got under it and just kind of scooped it up in the air rather than drilling it at goal. And getting a little helping hand there, and ushered off the field so he could get on with proceedings here. Paul.
Substitution, Arnett Gardens in the 87th minute. Entering the game, number 24, Richard Garfield Andrews. Leaving the game, number 16, Ricardo Thomas.
So with Thomas off the field, Andrews comes on. And everything is just a little short. And just allowing the defense to get a toe in here, a foot in there. And that has been the story. Can they get something finally here now? What a tackle that is. And he's off to the races, but he doesn't have much ahead of him. The goalkeeper is well out of his goal, and they're now scampering forward. But he's gone into an area where it's going to be tough for him to probably get that shot off. And when they do get it off, it's high, wide, and not so handsome. Bertrand anxious, as well as Joseph, keen to get something going towards goal, maybe just to test Williams, and so far nothing doing. Sharon O'Brien among the officials here for the CFU. Again, good defense. They're doing their best at the back there. They're under constant pressure, but they've bent but not broken in the second half. They conceded 3 goals by the 16th minute, but they have not let in anything since.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official on the sidelines has indicated there will be a minimum
of 3 minutes of added on time. So 90 minutes completed here. So just 3 minutes left here. Now can Dublanc shock Arnett Gardens and get one in the back of the net? It requires a good cross and probably an even better finish. So here we go. And he decides he's going to go straight at goal. And you had 4, 5 blue shirts in the area. And he took route 1. And so it resulted in nothing really. Nobody had a chance at it. And I suppose when your team is struggling, running out of ideas, that's almost par for the course. Now, trying to knife his way through, getting it across there to the captain, Martin. He slips it across, and there is another little foot in to take the ball away from them. Finally, it comes across. That should be a goal, and it is. Well. It's taken a while, but eventually the substitute, Taylor, gets his name on the tin. Shantamoy Jordan Taylor gets it in added on time. And there is the finish to make it 4-0 now. And it's been long in coming.
That goal for Arnett Gardens in minute 90 plus 2 was scored by number 26, Shantamore Jody Taylor.
Can they get another one now before it's all said and done? They have an opportunity to get the course in. Still trying to get it in and going for the return ball, and it's cleared away. So they waited till the very death here to add to the scoring, and they're not done yet. They could probably tuck on another one here as the ball is played into the heart of the defense. And trying to catch up there, but nothing doing. quickly. Can they get another chance at goal as they come streaming forward again? That's a great run. And a lovely little back heel. And they're going to continue, still trying to get something in there. And there is the final whistle. So it took a while, but they eventually got the fourth goal after leading 3-0 at the half. It ended up 4-0 in the end. Jodine Taylor with that final strike powerfully. The first goal conceded by the reserve goalkeeper Coffey. But prior to that, of course, in the first half, Giovanni Taylor in the 9th minute, Shea Smith in the 12th and 16th minutes for a 3-0 halftime score. And then after such a long wait of probing, missed chances, and really just casual play, eventually the defending champions got goal number 4. Jodine Taylor striking a powerful shot past Coffey in the 92nd minute of play. And that is the final score here. Arnett Gardens 4, Dublanc FC 0.
When Academy Eagles will take on Rovers SC and AS Etoile Martouille will face Paradise.
Golden Stadium are at 2 and 4 and not 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock as has been the case. So it's a 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock kickoff tomorrow. And here it is 4-0 in favor of Arnett Gardens over Dublanc FC. And fittingly so, one would have to say. Goal for them. It could have been worse. And here is an opportunity here. Lovely ball played in there. Manning gets it in. And what a finish from Taylor. Giovanni Taylor willing that one past goalkeeper Boucard. And then Boucard was his own worst enemy there, dropping that one and conceding to Shea Smith. And then Smith started it here, continued, got it back, lost it, and then continued his run. And there he was to toe poke it home in the 16th minute to make it 3-0, his second of the evening. And we thought by then it might have been 5 or 6, but that wasn't to be because the goalkeeper was stretchered off and his reserve came in Coffey and filled in admirably in the end. And since the 16th minute all the way through until the second half, they couldn't get another goal, but there was plenty of this where players really getting heavy tackles and going down time and again. It was just one of those situations here where so many of these players ended up in the referee's bad books, as we say. And again, just these near finishes, opportunities here to really get them going, but couldn't get the job done. Another opportunity there that goes wide. And Arnett Gardens, really, when they look back at these highlights, they would realize just how many opportunities they had to add to the scoreline, and it just wasn't to be for them. So at the half, it was 3-0, and then in the second half, they again, time and again, they just prized open the defense, and when they did get it over the line, the flag was up. So that one didn't count. As again, this was another opportunity that sailed over the bar. Taylor trying there and couldn't hit the target. And this one, again, the keeper lost his footing, was slipping and sliding all over the place, but nobody could get a touch. Even if the defender had touched it, it might have gone in. And even in this occasion, a good stop there again, Taylor in the middle of it all, but they couldn't get it goalwards. It took a while, and eventually they got something. Shepherd picked it up nicely, and this was another crack from Deacon, the substitute. He too couldn't hit the target, but Shepherd kept probing, he and his teammate. This one finally was put away. Nice touch, the first time touch from Taylor, and Jodine Taylor in added on time made it 4-0. That was the final score in this one. Thank you very much. Well, we're chatting here with Marlon Martin, the captain of the Arnett Gardens team, and congratulations on a comprehensive victory, one would say, but you certainly made it harder than it should have been.
Yeah, unfortunately, we missed a lot of chance, but as the tournament go by, we're going to take our chance, and yeah, we're here to defend it and we will take it.
I mean, as the defending champions, are you under any undue pressure at all, or how are you handling that aspect of it? People expect you to win. You know you're supposed to win, and although you won here tonight, I'm sure you're not totally happy with the overall performance.
Yeah, the expectation gonna be high because we're the defending champion, but we talk to the players and we don't want any pressure. The younger one, then we talk to them, try to guide them, but we're not under pressure. And this first match, we want to make a statement. And yeah, we miss a lot of chance, but I think a good win same on a clean sheet is a plus. And yeah.
Yeah, well, of course, Smith got a brace for you tonight. I'm sure you're happy with his performance, at least the finishing part of it. At least he got you a 3-0 halftime lead. And what were you thinking by that time? You felt you probably were going to score the same amount in the second half, or what were you aiming for in the second half?
Yeah, we're aiming for score more because the format of this tournament kind of changed. They have to score goals if you go through, yeah. So we expect to score more, and yeah, we'll just get one, and we come and get the next match on Tuesday.
But a win is a win.
Yeah, it's a win.
Like that.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much. All the best and congratulations. So there you have it there. Marlon Martin, the captain of the Jamaica team, the Arnett Gardens team, and the coach is here with us. Congratulations to you as well. I was telling Marlon, probably not the performance that you wanted, but hey, a win is a win.
Yeah, definitely a win is a win. And in terms of the performance, it was a complete performance. I mean, we create the chances, we create the moments. It's about we not taking our chances or converting all the chances that we got.
And again, but you don't have much time, so it's not something you could work on to say over an extended period of time. It's a short tournament, but how do you get the players ready for the next game? You only have a couple of days.
I mean, our preparation has been good coming into this competition. But so in terms of our physicality and our fitness, we know we are okay there. It's about recovering. We have 1 or 2 knocks on, and we have a very competent medical staff that will get those boys up and running for the game Tuesday.
And finally, here, what would it mean for you to repeat as championship?
Definitely this would be a platform for our local competition coming up in August, and we definitely want to do good so that we can have a momentum going into that competition.
Okay, well, that's great. Well done so far. We look forward to you guys back here on Tuesday.
Yeah, man. Thanks so much.
All right, so there you go. That's the coach and the captain of the Arnett Gardens team, no doubt. Happy with the result. Maybe not the overall performance, but hey, who knows? They could turn things around come Tuesday, and if they do that, we probably could expect more goals. Right now, 4-0 was the final score in this one in favor of Arnett Gardens.
Not simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it. Because football is life.
Because we know firsthand the power of football can positively change lives.
Because there's nothing else we'd rather do.
Because our hearts beat football.
Because there's nothing quite like representing your country.
For the love of the game.
Por el amor.
Pour l'amour. I'd leave the war. For the love of the beautiful game.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
It's not simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it. Because football is life.
Because we know firsthand the power of football can positively change lives.
Because there's nothing else we'd